Hari Om, good morning. My name is Ahilya Veera Saur and I live in Sharjah, UAE. Now today I would like to share an experience with you. This happened it started from 2000. Actually my father-in-law in the year 2000 was detected of cancer. Actually he was not keeping too well, he had no appetite, he wouldn't eat properly and all. We tried giving him many medicines but it wouldn't work. So I went to Suchit Dada to check. So he said no, it's a case of cancer and it's in the colon and it's malignant, so get it operated soon, nothing to worry. And the same time in April 2000 there was a thread ceremony of my sister-in-law's son, for which my brother-in-law from Australia, everybody had come down, but my husband's leave was not sanctioned. And I was pretty sad that everyone is there but my husband was not there and all. But then I thought it's Bapu's Ichha, no problem. Soon within 15 days his leave got sanctioned and he came in May, and that's when my father-in-law had to be operated at Christian Medical College, Vellore, and we had to be there. And this is the way how Bapu gives us an opportunity to serve our parents. So he was there with my father-in-law during the operation, and because of that it was a big moral support for my father-in-law. He came out of it, he was absolutely fine till the year 2004 when it recurred again. And that's in January 2004 they were to visit us in Sharjah, for which we were applying for visa and all. Because before that my father-in-law said, let me have a health checkup again. 6 months was done, but again when he went for the health checkup, again the CA count was very, very high and it was quite alarming. So when the reports came in, my father-in-law was very sad. He told my husband, don't apply for the visa, I think there's some problem. So we asked him to immediately rush to Suchit Dada. So my father took him to Suchit Dada with all the reports. At that time I spoke to Suchit Dada from Sharjah. That's when he said ki Bala udya Shivula mala phone karayala sang. That's asked my husband to call me the next morning at 11 o'clock. We were very, very curious and anxious to know what was it. Next morning when we called, Suchit Dada said yes, it has spread and you will have to come. So we said, he asked when should I come. So he said, your presence is not required now, but you will be required after 15 days. So come not now, we are here to take care of him. You come after 15 days. Ami ahot, tu 15 दिवसानंतर ये, तुझी गरज तेव्हा आहे. We said okay, and my husband asked the company to book his ticket for 7th of February 2004. And the PRO asked them to book for 5th of February 2004. In those days, we had the Upasana on a Saturday. And since I was working and the children were small, my husband would get the flowers, everything ready, and then he planned to leave on Saturday so that I wouldn't have any problem because I was working on a Saturday. So somehow the ticket got booked on a Thursday evening flight. So somehow we managed to arrange the flowers, everything ready for Saturday Upasana, and he left. But when we counted the days, actually that was the 15th day. He reached on 6th February 2004 early morning. That was the 15th day. That was the instructions given by Suchit Dada. Had he come on the 8th, it would have been the 17th day. So he reached. My father-in-law was so fit, he told my father, I'm coming to the airport to pick him and all. But since he was on chemo, he was taking that tablets in the form, and that is very, very strong. So he was okay, but he came in the morning, he had breakfast with him, and by afternoon his health was not okay, and by evening he had to be admitted to Hinduja hospital. My husband was throughout with him for all those 15 days that he was here, and as soon as he landed and he was admitted Saturday morning, my husband rushed to Suchit Dada. Suchit Dada saw the reports and he said, okay, don't worry, you come and see me on a Tuesday morning. My father-in-law would be absolutely fine till Monday evening. But soon, as it was night time, he would get again critical, and he had to rush on Tuesday morning to Dada. At that time, the appointment was already there. Dada had already informed him to come on a Tuesday. So like every time he needed Dada, Dada would always tell him, come on so-and-so day, and that was the time when he had to meet Dada. At Hinduja hospital also, since he was in the private room, but there was no place, to lie down or something, and Baba needed attention all the time. So he would, not to fall asleep, he used to walk in the corridor. And one day he was just sitting there. Suddenly a call from inside, go Baba wants you, go Baba wants you. Either he needed a kidney bowl or something, He would throw up, or he needed a pot. Or not once did it, the bed sheet was dirty or anything. And we didn't have to call for a nurse or a ward boy. Every time my husband used to be there. This is not only because of Bapu, because otherwise how would we know? We would just, go off to sleep, or, you're tired the whole day sitting in the hospital and all. But it never happened like that. And he was there for 15 days. When my husband asked, can I leave for Sharjah? Dada said, no, 8 days more. So again, he extended his leave by 8 days. And at that time, my father-in-law got discharged from the hospital and he came home. He was brought home and he was not very fine, but Hinduja said, no, it's okay, you cannot do anything more, you take him home. So we brought him home, everything was done, all the things ready for him and all. By evening again, morning he was discharged, evening again his condition became very, very critical and he had to be rushed to OPD again. When he was taken to Hinduja and he was taken on the wheelchair, he suddenly started sinking and bending, and we wouldn't know what happened. So we thought, initially my husband and my mother-in-law and all thought he was weak. But then soon his eyeballs started getting dilated and all, and we didn't know what to do. So somehow he was immediately shifted to the ward and all, and my husband called the doctor and all, and they were asking him what is the problem, is that. In the meantime, one nurse came and she immediately checked the blood sugar. The blood sugar had gone down to 24, hypoglycemia. And he was immediately put onto the bed and glucose was being put. And literally dhar, like, they're not droplets, just, it was flowing inside like that. So, and at that time what happened was, because of the he started going into coma, and he was, coma means not in the sense that he was not sleeping, he was talking. At that time he was saying that, and he was very good at English. So he was saying, I'm passing through a tunnel. And he was talking, he was not in his senses though. He was talking, I'm passing through a tunnel. And at the end of the tunnel, I can see a blue light. And when I'm passing through it, I can see celestial lights. Oh, it's such a beautiful place. I don't want to go back to the world. Take me up, take me up, take me up. I'm as light as a shuttle. Like that he was saying, And with my husband, my mother-in-law wouldn't know what he was trying to say. And then after some time he said, I don't want to come back, but I'm coming back, but I'm coming back. And soon that glucose went in and again he came to normal. After some time when he came back to consciousness and all, my mother-in-law and my husband asked, what happened, Baba, why you were saying? So he couldn't remember what he was saying. Anyway, we said, okay, maybe he was in that medicine ka effect mein bola hoga and all. We said, okay. Now in the year May 2005, my in-laws celebrated their golden wedding. And August, again, when we went for a checkup, the CA count was 500 and something odd, which is absolutely alarming. Nobody can survive. And my father-in-law had lost eyesight. He could not see. But once when we had gone to Sai Nivas, we had met Sadhana Tai. At that time she had said that, why don't you chant Ghor Kashtodharan Stotra? And try saying it as many times as you can. So my father-in-law had, by-hearted that. And since he couldn't see, he would chant on his fingers as many times as he could. And that was the only thing. There was no medicine, nothing. And he could at least move around in the colony. Even the doctor said, how is he walking? How is he talking? It's not possible. But it's all Bapu's, Suchidada, eyes, grace. He was okay. Then his slowly health started deteriorating. At that time, in November 2005, during Aniruddha Purnima, Bapu announced that Sharjah Upasana Kendra would be getting Padukas. Vaibhav Sinha informed us. We were very, very happy. And I had resigned from my job. And since my husband couldn't make it, I came down to collect the Padukas in December. When I came, he was okay. He couldn't go out of the house, but he was okay. He was finding breathing was a little difficult. And Suchidada had told my husband that sooner or later you need to bring an oxygen cylinder at home because he will require it. So a time came on 21st. In the meantime, I had gone to Govidya Pitham for 2 days. And while coming back, I got guavas from there, from the, from Gurukshetam, from Govidya Pitham. And that was the last thing my father-in-law ate. That was on 20th of December 2005. He said, what have you brought for me from Bapu? I said, no, I got only guavas. Will you eat? He said, okay. So we removed all the seeds and all and gave him a soft piece. He ate that. That was the only thing he ate last. And soon he was getting breathless and all. Then we went to Hindu colony, got an oxygen cylinder at night. Somehow we managed. By 22nd early morning, he couldn't breathe at all, and there was very less oxygen left in the oxygen cylinder. And my husband kept calling me even at midnight. Immediately admit him, Dada has told, Dada has told. I tried telling my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law. My sister-in-law said, no problem, Baba is okay. It will be okay till morning, everything. I knew if Dada has said means he has to be admitted. But somehow, and in midnight it became so severe that I had to call my brother, and immediately he stalled. So he lifted the cylinder and all. We called the ambulance and we shifted him to Sushruta Hospital. When I admitted him and all, morning I called Dr. Padelkar and asked her to inform Suchi Dada that this has happened, so what should be done. So Dr. Padelkar spoke to Suchi Dada and gave me instructions to chant a few jap and be with him all the time. He was in the ICU, but I was sitting outside. Then next morning, again I got a call from Dr. Padelkar saying that our Dada has asked you to come at 12 o'clock to the clinic with all reports. So on 23rd afternoon, with all the reports, I came to the clinic. Dada saw all the reports and Dada said, "Ata वेळ आलेली आहे. Release him. जाऊ दे त्यांना." So I said, "Okay. Please tell this to your mother-in-law also." I said, "Okay." And then he said, "When is your husband coming?" "He's coming tomorrow morning, no?" And my husband had already booked the ticket for Saturday night, reaching Sunday morning. So I said, "नाही दादा, आज उद्या येणार नाहीये, परवा सकाळी येणार आहे." Again Dada asked, "उद्या येणार आहे ना?" So I never realized. I said, "नहीं ना दादा, परवा सकाळी येणार आहे." Dada didn't say anything. I kept quiet. I also didn't understand what, And then Dada saw all the reports and Dada said, "Okay, you go and be prepared and prepare your mother-in-law, but be with them all the time." I said, "Okay." I came home and all. And soon, by evening, he was really bad. And by say 6:45, and ICU, no patients, no relatives are allowed. One by one, you can go and see him. When I went in at 6:45 p.m. in the evening, Baba was talking. Baba, that time India, Pakistan or some match was going on, and he was very fond of cricket. So he asked me who's the man of the match, what is the score and all. I told him. He was breathless, but he was speaking. But that time his speech was pretty clear. Then he told me, "You know what? One big doctor came and spoke to me, and he has explained me my case history, and he's going to take a decision tomorrow early morning." So I was surprised. I'm sitting outside. I didn't see any doctor going in. I said, okay, Baba, maybe somebody must have come and all. I just spoke to him, to boost him and all. I cracked some jokes and all. I came out. While coming out, I asked the RMO, I said, "Which doctor came and spoke to my patient and told him about the case history? If you need anything, please speak to me. He is not in a condition to understand." He said, no doctor has come to explain this thing and all. So I said, okay. And I went and sat outside. I told my mother-in-law also. My mother-in-law had seen his health deteriorating. She saw him suffering. So a time comes, when you become so helpless, then you say that, "God, now you take a decision, leave it to him." So she was also okay with it. So we were just sitting. In the evening, she went home to change and she was going to come next morning. While I was there, the doctors told me that he's really bad, he cannot breathe, we need to put him on the ventilator, you have to sign the undertaking. So I signed the undertaking. I called my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law said, "Sign the undertaking," because my elder brother-in-law, he's in Australia. And there the flights do not go, from 12 to 6, there are no flights. So he cannot reach 18 hours flight time. So, and he was calling and saying that, "I want to see Baba, I want to see." We put him on ventilator. But I went home and my sister-in-law came. When at 1:30 a.m. early morning, we got a news that he is no more. By then my husband was already on flight. He had not reached, but he was already on flight. But my brother-in-law was still in Brisbane. Anyway, my husband came and all, and that day we had so many people coming for condolences. Dada had told that as soon as my husband comes, please come to the clinic and see me. We couldn't make it. Evening, Vaibhav Singh called to say, "Tumhi alat ka, Dada ne vicharle." So I told my husband, "See, I told you, no, Dada had called. See, Dada is waiting." But what to do? There was nobody else, no male member in the house. So we had to be there, since people were coming for condolences. So next day was Sunday, so we didn't want to disturb. So Monday morning when we went to Suchi Dada was very sweet. And Suchi Dada told, ki काय झालं, कसं झालं, everything. And then he said, "You remember what happened in 2004? So my husband said, "Yes, I know, I was there." So when he went into hypoglycemia, what happened? So he said, "Yes." "What did your father say at that time?" So he said, "No, he said that he was passing through a tunnel." And so then Dada said that, "हो, ते जात होते वरती, पण बापूनी त्यांना खेचून खाली आणलं." Means Bapu brought him down, pulled him down, because it was his dream that only 6 months are left. "Bapu, let me finish my golden wedding, then I will come with you." Because nobody in our family had celebrated golden wedding. It was a matter of just 6 months. "Can you give me 6 months?" And that is the bonus Bapu had given. And when Suchidada told this to us, we literally froze in the chair. We didn't know what to do, you know. At that time he said, this is what, and now he had to go. That was the time he had actually had to go. But then Bapu is such a Karuna Sagar, he wanted to, you know, satisfy his wishes. And that's the reason why he gave him that 1 year extension. And he passed away in December 2005. And he is with Bapu. So we have no this at all. He's very happy. And 24th of December he passed away. And 30th of December, 24th of December he passed away. 30th we were to get our Padukas. And my father-in-law always kept telling me, you bring Padukas home. In Konkani he would say, you're bringing Bapu here? No, you're bringing Bapu. We used to say, yes, yes, we are bringing here. So my mother-in-law said, it's okay. If it's okay, can you bring the Padukas here? So I said, yes, I'll bring, but will you do the auction? My mother-in-law is from the, actually, golden wedding bolega to, she's married in 55, but she's quite broad-minded and all. She said, but what will the people say? I said, don't care about the people. Will you do it? It was Baba's wish. She was only 6 days widow, believe me. She said, yes, I will do. In front of the whole colony, she did the auction. She said, I won't wear a silk sari, rich sari. You give me thin jari border sari because Bapu is coming to our house. I said, no problem. I gave her a thin border silk sari. She wore a silk sari and she did the auction. Everybody was shocked. Even my brother-in-law from Australia and all were there. But they didn't like it and all because they don't believe, you know. But my mother-in-law did because she knew that how Bapu has stood by them in those difficult days when we were there. And there were just 2 of them here, you know. But continuously, Bapu, Nai, Dada were throughout with my in-laws. And really, we can never forget this. And these are small, small things we always remember when we are in Sharjah, you know. It gives that boost, you know. Those time when we are not here. Now we are here. Tomorrow I am leaving. We'll be back. I mean, we have told Bapu we want to come for Aniruddha Purnima. So, if by Bapu's this, we'll be back for Aniruddha Purnima. So like that, you know. So we have had wonderful experiences every moment, even in Sharjah. There's so many experiences, but you know, so many I cannot even, you know, tell. Day to day, every time Bapu, Bapu, every time we feel, oh, we are troubling Bapu, but then whom else to call? He is only ours, no? Hari Om.